Hi, folks.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. Do you want to drive this one, Todd?
Yeah, I can.
All right. You ready to go?
Yeah, I'll wait till 3 after. Just to make sure people are still trickling in. All right, thanks everybody. We'll get started because it's already 3 after. We don't have a very full agenda today, but if you want to add something, go ahead and add it to the agenda. And if you feel like it, add yourself to the participants list. As usual, we'll start with an optional introduction. So raise your hand on camera or with an emote if you want to introduce yourself, and I'll call you out. Okay. Yeah, the first item I think is from David about incubation status. Take it away.
Yeah, all right, thank you. Yeah, I haven't been around in a while. I've been traveling a bit the last 2 weeks. But the good news is we have reached the commenting period for OpenFeature for incubation. What this means is until the 9th of October, members of, any of you, any other maintainers, contributors, members of the TOC of the CNCF can kind of comment on our request to become an incubating project. Most of the time, this is somewhat of a formality in the sense we have already satisfied, let's say, all the requirements to move on to the next stage. Yeah, so most probably by KubeCon North America will be officially incubated. So yay, celebration.
Cool. So is it the idea that like really who is supposed to comment? Is it like CNCF members, like people who use the project? Like, what's the idea? Like who's supposed to comment?
Yeah, so it could actually be that that no one comments. In the sense there don't have to be like particular support messages because let's say the support towards the project is mostly derived from like the stats around contributions and things like that, as well as in the adopters. So there were like three interviews. I think the last one was on the 21st of September. And that's basically what they base their evaluation off of. Yeah. So, I mean, anyone is free to put in comments. You can put in comments of support if you review the due diligence document, or if the PR and you see something you think we can change, you can also comment there. But yeah, I would say that's pretty much it.
Very exciting. Yeah, just note if you need any help for connections with the CNCF, Chris Anschneck, who's the CTO of CNCF, is on our board. So if you need any help, it sounds like you guys are well connected there, but happy to make any connections if you need.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. No, I think now is like the easy part of the incubation status. The hard part was like the document and even getting the TOC to actually consider the project for incubation, which took a while. I mean, it took not that long actually. It took only like a few months. So, but yeah, awesome. Thanks. I mean, if anything pops up, we'll definitely reach out.
Cool. All right. Well, that's really cool news. I mean, it would be great to be at incubation by the time we have KubeCon US, which is I think early November. But yeah, just good in general. Definitely good publicity for the project and like gets eyes on the project and potentially more adoption, which is what we all want. In a somewhat related vein, last meeting I brought up this discussion 249, which is in oh cool, yeah. I hope to see you at KubeCon, Jonathan. Sorry, at the last meeting I brought up this discussion 249, which is interesting and could be kind of a new direction for the project. I definitely see a lot of value. I also could see us intentionally making the choice not to pursue this or invest in it. So I think it really depends on what the community wants to do. I think I'd like to continue to kind of get eyes on this and get engage interest and get people who are kind of committed to working on maybe like a special interest group or like a tag or something like that, or like basically a sub organization within the project. But I think right now what we need is to kind of need to make an agreement on what our goals are, the problem as we see it and that kind of stuff. So really I want to just engage as many people as possible, both in and outside the project. And I think a lot of the interest might come from outside the project because it is new territory for us. So yeah, the plan is to do a kind of blog post. So I've been working with Stacy and Pete from the GC. I think Thomas was in some conversations. If you'd like to be involved in that blog post to kind of like try and gain some publicity around this question, and that's how we're going to frame it, as really like a question and a problem. Just let me know. Just ping me in Slack, and we'll get you in on the conversation. We'll draft that blog post and we'll kind of go from there, to be as transparent as possible with the community, as well as like the wider feature flagging community. So yeah, go ahead, review the discussion, and ping me if you want to be more involved in crafting that blog post. We're shooting for like early October, so a week or so from now to post something about it. I think that's all I have about that one. Mike, it looks like you're next.
Yeah, just a reminder too, if you have any additional topics, please feel free to add it. And I'm trying to take some notes here too. So from me, just a real quick one, but just a kind of a cool announcement if you're in the Rust world at all. We did release a really early version of it, but it's part of being deployed now to the like Rust registry, and it's a 0.1.1 release actually. So we're making pretty good progress there. Quite cool that we are finally making progress on Rust, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. But obviously, like then you even have like WebAssembly options and a bunch of other stuff that becomes potentially unlocked when we have some more Rust support. So yeah, take a look if you have any interest. Definitely looking for additional maintainers too, if anyone would like to get involved. But quite a cool accomplishment there. And then the next one, just
something I'd like to quickly I don't know, put out there that I think is pretty interesting. I mentioned this to you a couple times, Mike, but we can generate C and C++ bindings from Rust, as far as I know, from Rust libraries. So this could be a really interesting way to get like SO files, basically like dynamically linked or statically linked C++ bindings, basically for an OpenFeature SDK, which I think would be pretty cool. I don't know how, I don't have enough experience in Rust to really say how easy that would be, if it would be non-trivial or what. But I think that would be pretty cool. So I'm going to try and find out a little bit more about that and maybe ask the contributor who's been working on this if he knows anything about it. That would be awesome, I think.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. And then the last one for me is kind of circling back to KubeCon. I know a few of us will be there. And so if you will also be there, let us know and just add your name to like the attendees list. We also have a Slack channel. It's been open for previous KubeCons as well. So there's a lot of people that may or may not actually be there that are part of that channel, but feel free to join. You know, if there's after hours events, we'll talk through it on Slack and things like that. We also will have a booth there, and I believe we at least have like a 1 hour session. That usually is the 2 hour session. Okay, so we'll talk about like the topics that we want to cover there. That usually happens like the day essentially before the conference starts. So if you are interested in attending like the on-site session, definitely try to schedule your travel accordingly. And we'll post some information here and also in Slack and everything. So just let everyone know that it's a good opportunity to kind of meet people in person and kind of talk through some strategy for the next 6 months or so.
Yeah, we're gonna have a booth there too.
Awesome. Yeah, cool. Definitely see you there then, hopefully. Yeah, and it's in Chicago. I did add a link here too. I don't know what the ticket situations are, but I'm assuming they still have some. They're probably kind of expensive at this point. But if you want to join, definitely love to see you there. All right. Looks like we're basically out of topics. So if anyone else has anything, please feel free to add it. Otherwise, we can wrap up early.
Yeah, either add it or raise your hand or whatever you feel like doing. Yeah, otherwise we'll close up. Okay. Okay, short and sweet one. I guess I'll give everybody 45 minutes back. But stay tuned, stay connected in the Slack channel if you're not there already. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thanks all.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.